My name Bizzle came from my first name, iAimBot, and when I started playing Counter-Strike on my PC, I made a random name called AimBizzle. And then once I joined Ghost, I think, that's when I changed it and just shortened it to Bizzle. And then I think that fits a lot better than AimBizzle, so that's where I am now. My friends pretty much are all from my own neighborhood. They're all like around the corner, they're like a bike ride away. So when we were young, what we would do is pretty much bike around, hang out at each other's houses. We used to play this thing called bike tag, where we just do like a 2-on-2. Two people would bike away and try to hide wherever they could, and the other two would have to find them. And the one place we'd always hide or like meet up was Silo Park. You'll see this coming up right here. Hold on for a second. So this is pretty much where we spend most of our time, just hanging out, staying on our bikes, and relaxing, I guess. So my friend Chris, who lives right down that road actually, he was the one who got me into competitive gaming. So back when I played Call of Duty Ghosts, which everyone hated that game. Everyone like looked back at Ghosts, they're like, that was the worst Call of Duty ever. I thought it was one of my favorites because that's what got me into competitive Call of Duty. That's when I first heard of game battles and MLG and all that stuff and started watching all these tournaments, like seeing Optic versus FaZe and like the hype between those matches at LANs. It was just something I wanted to be a part of. And then once I outgrew Chris, it took me maybe a day or two to get better than him. And then I found my first team on Call of Duty. And then that led me on to buying a PC, getting into Counter-Strike. And then that's when it really started, like trying to get really good on mouse and keyboard. And everyone knows that's how I led to Fortnite. CS taught me how to aim. Fortnite was just how I blew up. It was just my game.
Timothy focused mostly on sports before video games. He always liked video games, but most of his days were busy with playing actual sports, soccer, golf, basketball. When Tim was younger, he was in, George had him in tournaments. We would travel everywhere in golf tournaments. And he fizzled out for a little bit. He got sick of the competitiveness of golf.
When I was young, starting at like 6 or 7 years old, I was traveling along the East Coast competing in golf tournaments. Every weekend I have a golf tournament. And then once I got older, I got like 13, 14 years old, I was walking and carrying 18 holes every week during the summer. And it's something that I just got burnt out of and I just didn't like doing it anymore. So eventually I took a break from golf for maybe like a year or two without even playing. It was just a nice break. But then when I got my first job in high school, I got a job at a country club, the Hamlet. And that's when I really started taking up golf as a passion for myself and not just like playing it for a competition. I think we're gonna go to the Hamlet right now, where I used to work. Check that place out. It's a really nice course. It's just like crammed into like a suburban neighborhood, so.
Yeah, we probably put too much pressure on him when he was young. He traveled everywhere, even down to my dad in Georgia. He played in the Jekyll Island Cup. So he's been around, New Jersey Cup, and that's all we did on the weekend. We traveled, we did golf and soccer. Those were the two main sports we had. I wanted him to be a really good golfer. And he is, but I wanted him to take that next level. It's just that we might have burnt him out a little bit.
But now that he's getting older, it's coming back, and now he has a totally new love for golf. I think that's like his stress relief. Like when he's in between him playing games or things like that, he runs to the golf range and hits some balls.
So I haven't been back here since I stopped working here, which is kind of cool. Because I know this course inside and out. I know everything about this place. Oh, there, I know him. I know every member here pretty much. I did when I used to work here. This is it, I'll pull right in, go in the employee lot. Normally it'd be full, but there's literally nobody here. But we're here, let's take a walk around. Okay, this is like my daily trip. So I used to do this trip like 10 times a day probably, either driving people to the range or just going here to like refill balls and stuff. But this is the court, this is the back nine right here. This is always the best part, working on the range. It was just like getting away from the bag room and just being here and being outside. You can swing a club whenever you want. I don't know. I just love that feeling. You just get outside and just work like this. I miss it a lot. When I started working at the Hamlet, that really made me start playing golf again, enjoying it. That's how I got my friends to start golfing. So at the Hamlet, I got my 2 friends, Eric and Tom, jobs there. And then that started making them golf. And then while they start learning to love golf, it makes me want to play more because I want to play with them and help them get better. And then having that early advantage, like starting golf from super young, it's really nice looking back on it. And I'm really happy my dad made me play golf when I was young. Even if I didn't enjoy it back then, looking back, it was probably the best thing I could have ever done.
Oh, here it comes. Look at that Sentra. That thing's beautiful, huh?
Looks nice, yeah. Nissan makes the best cars, dude. If they're not ran us when we're back there, that would have sucked.
Come on, man. Come on, man. 5 years ago, and he's like, yeah, I'm moving to North Carolina.
North Carolina next year.
For me, I see Timmy. I don't really see Bizzle. He's been my buddy since, forever. We were on the same team for like everything. It was soccer, baseball, basketball, every sport, you name it, we played it, and we were on the same team together. Before FaZe Bizzle took off, it was college. He was going to Penn State, I was going to Maryland. We had that beef, that competitive rivalry there, and it was funny. So actually when he decided to pursue Fortnite full time, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna have to take a hold on Penn State, it was a mini win for me and a win for Maryland in a way. But obviously he's insanely successful, so it's a win for him too. But I don't see him as a Fortnite player. I see him as my bud.
During my whole time with Ghost, I was just super confident in my skills with Fortnite at least. But I guess I was definitely a little nervous leaving, thinking that, is there a team that would pick me up? May I stay unsigned for a certain amount of time? But I got a text from my agent 5 minutes after I announced that I left Ghost. That I'm on a call with FaZe right now, I'll let you know after. And I was just in my head, I was just going crazy. I told my sister, I was like, my agent's on a call with FaZe right now. I was just mind blown. It was the most unreal thing I could ever think of. Because obviously there's other orgs in the game, other games that are popular in Fortnite, but when my agent says FaZe, there's nothing else I wanted to do except join FaZe.
Yeah, we thought it was like the New York Yankees coming in and taking our son. It was great. We loved it, We compared it to all the other ones. FaZe was the #1.
FaZe was always his #1 choice, I think. Everyone knows he started with Ghost, but we kind of felt like that, going from the minor leagues to the major leagues. That's how we describe it. He'll say going to the New York Yankees, and I'll say going to the New York Mets.
Oh, okay.
So for my future, obviously I'm still playing Fortnite right now, but I think with FaZe's help, and I think with some guys behind the scenes, I can diversify myself into doing other things, Maybe try doing golf videos in the future or doing more in-person camera shoots. Signing to FaZe during COVID was a little bit of a downer. Of course I want to go out and see the house. I want to go do some stuff with the FaZe guys. I want to meet all of them in person. But I'm not worried about it. I'm sure I'll get there one day. It's my dream org. COVID will be over eventually and I'll be doing content out there eventually. So I'm not worried about it at all.